Hello, everyone, and welcome to season number 7 of NSDCA Mountain Dew Custom Series action. We're back where it all started, Daytona International Speedway for the Valvoline 200, the 7th edition of the greatest MDCS race. It's a 40-car field once more, and after some hectic duels, we have the drivers lined up for 25 laps of action around this super speedway. The grandstands are packed. We've had an eventful start to Speed Weeks, but nevertheless, we are excited to get it underway. And I know that front row is Jeffrey Finguy, knows what it is like to win at Daytona and the Valvoline 200 as he did it last year. He also saw victory lane just a few days ago in the duels. He won duel number 1. Starting to his outside is the Floridian Mac Johnson for North Border Motorsports. He got caught up in Duel 2's incident, and the win went to Scott Roush, who starts 4th in the 21, who edged Charles Sanford coming to the line in a photo finish. We've got a very stout field this season. Some drivers returning, some drivers thinking about calling it quits, and some new faces, some rookies in the field. A varied field, but we should see 25 laps of awesome racing here at Daytona like we have in seasons past. I think it's time to go down trackside for the command.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the field comes to life here at Daytona for 25 laps of action, let's take a look at some of the big players from each of the duels, some of the drivers coming from the back. We saw incidents. Dylan Young in duel number 1 had to go through it 4 wide, caused some chaos, sent some drivers out. Archibald Buttersworth, he got the worst of it in the 93. These back 4 drivers have to go to backup cars. Buttersworth had a hard hit to the inside wall. He's shaken up, but he's okay, racing a little bit wounded. To his inside is his teammate, Adam Mitchell. The SBR team, Shade Burkhart Racing, they're known for their super speedway prowess, but they started off completely on the wrong foot. Can they make their way up the field? Anderson Reed in the 25 for Ford Performance Racing barely got into the show. He had to rely on a past champion's provisional. Can he work his way up in the back? A former winner of this one in season number 3. Butcher Gatorade Motorsports also starting back here. 2 Toyotas in the entire top 20. They're off on the wrong foot. James Ellison, a former super speedway winner. Mikey Yamakaze to his inside. Those 2 drivers, both winners at Talladega. Can they do it here at Daytona? A lot of big names, a lot of young faces, a lot of old faces in this field. Evernham are big players in duel number 1. Logan Cloud in the 91. That's going to be a rotation car this season. And Patrick Smith in the iconic 39. But some younger faces up here in the front. You got Kyle Corbett and Brandon Beal. Mac Johnson as well. Charles Sanford in the 35. Experience versus youth. 25 laps to test it all here at Daytona and open season number 7 of NSDCA Mountain Dew Custom Series competition. We're green, folks. Cars will take their time to climb up to speed, probably around through turns 3 and 4. They will be at max pace, and everybody trying to figure out who they want to work with, who's going to be friendly to them, and who's not going to be. Do you work with your teammates? Do you work with your manufacturers? And you got to realize for some of these guys in the back running slower cars, oh, caution out. The caution's out. We've had an incident between Alex Fletcher and James Ellison, so already the season starting under the caution flag. Finguy is going to block Corbett and Beal to the line and keep it in the number 79. But boy, both of those drivers did not start off on the best foot, as hopefully we can keep it clean as everyone sorts back down. I think we're all 3 wide. Let's take a look back here. We're going to be all right. Not how they want to start their season. Fletcher's brought it down pit road. Ellison with some side damage in the 53. Neither of those drivers wanted to be where they were coming out of their duels. Both got caught up in accidents not of their doing, and now they're on the wrong foot to start this season. Zachary Racing, the 53 team, scaling down only to one car this season for Ellison. Work Pro coming aboard, and then the 62 of Alex Fletcher, driving for his own team, Cyclone. They had a good season with Roger Ray last year, trying to replicate that now himself is Alex Fletcher, but got caught up in the duels. The other team car, the number 30, had Brian Butcher in the car, another experienced driver, but Butcher missed the show after getting caught up in that same wreck. Cyclone, little strapped for cash coming into Daytona, especially with the 30 missing, so not where Fletcher wants to see himself. But we're under caution early here in Daytona after a small incident. Get some replays and be right back to you from the World Center of Racing. So they were coming down the backstretch, climbing up to speed, and somehow they got 4 wide back here. I don't know if Francois Chastain knew they were 4 wide, or Ellison, or Ethan Head, but they all come together, and Alex Fletcher is an innocent bystander. Gets knocked around by the 93 of Archibald Buttersworth, and Fletcher goes for a big slide. It's a hard transition up onto the banking. I don't know if that cut one of his tires down, or he just gets caught here, but 62 needs a tow back to the pit lane. Running up on the high side was James Ellison. This is his onboard of the incident. Just no space with the car on the outside, and Head running that high middle line. I mean, Ellison tried to move down the track a little bit to not pinch Francois up into the outside wall, but there was just simply no space, especially early on. I know those guys, they're trying to race around here at the back of the pack to avoid getting held up and lose that lead draft, because some of the slower cars are starting around the mid-pack, around 30th-ish, so they needed to go early, not to be on the wrong foot, but they put themselves on the wrong foot. Be back to you in a moment. Welcome back to the Valvoline 200, folks. We are under caution after a simple 2-3 car wreck, depends how you want to count it, to start off this one. Oh, we got somebody blowing up in the back. It's Dylan Young. Uh-oh. So Young's had a big engine failure now out of the 66. Not what that team wants to see. I had a lot of high hopes for Dylan coming in, especially because he is known to be supposedly pretty good at these super speedways, but we won't get to see that today, as Young out of this one with a failed blown Dodge engine. That incident caught the 53 and the 62 out. Fletcher is either a lap or 2 laps down. Looks like only 1 lap for the 62. I don't think either of these drivers will have to fall with the minimum 15 or 15 under or above for minimum speed, because if you're slower than 15 miles an hour off of what like the lead pack's running, the NSDCA will park them. Also caught up in that one, Francois Chastain, Ethan Head, probably with minimal damage. Also the 93 of Archibald Buttersworth. Taking a look at the top 10, some big names in here: Jeffrey Finguy, Kyle Corbett, Brandon Beal, Logan Cloud, Patrick Smith, Evan Hunter, Gatlin Downey, Danny Lloyd, Mac Johnson, and Bobo Jones. Really the big, you got 2 rookies up here, three, excuse me. Yeah, 3, maybe technically 4 if you count Johnson. So Beal, Evan Hunter, Danny Lloyd, and then Mac Johnson. Finguy, though, the veteran, leads them back to the green. It's his 3rd MDCS season. He takes the green. Lap 6 of 25. Back to green here at Daytona. And the reformation of the pack here is going to be interesting, because you've got a lot of drivers spread out, and maybe some of the slower cars worked up a few more positions. So everybody needs to stay in line and work together here, and you can really make up some ground. And I think we should end up probably somewhere around a 25-car main draft, depending on who is all where in this field. Maybe lower, maybe more. We'll have to wait and see. Brandon Beal gets pushed to the lead by Finguy's teammate Patrick Smith, and Beal's going to move up, try and block the high side, work together, form up 2 lines. That'll help punch a bigger hole in the air, as Downey doesn't know what way to go. Maybe a little ill-handling car to the 65 there coming through the tri-oval. You know, 2 lines, punch a bigger hole in the air. 3 is going to punch an even bigger one. As here comes Danny Lloyd, the rookie, getting aggressive. He's very quick in those testing sessions. We'll have to see how he does as CFRO scales down only a 1-car team this year. Taking a look back at the back of the field, Young's on pit road. Fletcher losing time in the 62. Ellison trying to hang on. Everybody else back here. Buttersworth got a little bit of damage getting into Fletcher at the start of that wreck, so we'll have to see how he does. Mitchell Collins going backwards. Mikey Yamakaze on the high side. That's an interesting move out of the 20. Take a look back up to the front of the field. Here we go. We got 3 wide action. The 65 and 61 have jumped to the middle. That's going to be Evan Hunter leading them down this time at the line. The new driver of the Anj Auto 44. Folks, we saw this in the duels. A lot of 3x3 action. 4 wides, one that gets dicey and likely ends in an accident. So if these drivers can stay calm, we should be okay to get some good green flag racing in. But looks like Mac thinking about getting some fresh air. 77, Bobo Jones, his teammate, team owner Bobo Jones, side drafting is Patrick Smith. A big charge on the top side. Clears them. Will be the Pied Piper at Daytona at least coming around this time is Mac. Easy now. That's your boss. You're doing that too. It's going to be tight, very tight off the corner. It's going to be tough coming into the tri-oval, but Mac just drags the brake just a little bit and lets Bobo in line. Good to see that these drivers are being a little bit cautious here early. Don't want to be over anxious like they were in the duels. Cause chaos. Like we have a 28-car lead pack just about. Depends on if like Kukulon and Yamakaze can stay on here. Wait, excuse me. No, Kukulon's leading the second pack right now. Got some cars 3 wide. So Ellison is trailing off. He's going about 176. Fletcher 166. I think that's going to be, unfortunately, the day done for Alex Fletcher unless he can put together something more. He's going 168 now. We'll come back to that in a lap or two. But Bobo Jones now to the race lead. He's had 2 tough seasons here in the MDCS, but now takes it. Mac Johnson says, I'm going to try and lead for myself. 77 car was miles off the pace of the 27 last season, so we'll have to see how Mac can do. Actually, Brandon Beal led that time by at the line. He's got a fast car, a Finn guy right behind him, so that doesn't surprise me. Like Patrick Smith, Danny Lloyd, they settle down to the middle lane as everybody jockeying for position. Yamakaze, Delgado, and Matthew Eves struggling to stay on. Eves, I wouldn't be surprised if he's unable to stay on because that 74 team, I don't think it's completely new equipment, but it is fairly weak equipment compared to the rest of this lead pack. That new team owned by Jacob Edson is Brad Stover. Just got shuffled up to the middle here. Oh, he's rubbing against the 94. Watch it, Brad. Oh, they're going to go around. Stover gets turned. Turns Lloyd, and they're wrecking big. Ton of cars caught up in this one, folks. The second pack is going to be charging around. Look out. Oh, Jay Jefferson knocked over as we got cars slamming in. Francois Chastain heavy damage. More hits for the 28, but guys needed to wall up in time. Rose Henson is torn up in the 17. Scott Roush with damage. Stover might be okay from that one. Ethan Head's got some more damage. Cordell caught up in that. Yamakaze done for the day. So BGM is out after that one. Everybody's scrambling trying to race back. Got William Duncan, Gatlin Downey all torn up. That wiped out a ton of cars. Christian Vargas has damage. Danny Lloyd all torn up. Finn Guy, last year's winner, ton of damage. Only a couple cars left, about 5 or 6, really missed this wreck. So the big one strikes us right around halfway in the Valvoline 200, catching a lot of drivers out. And I think the minimum speed violations, they might wrap up completely. Kyle Corbett with more damage as well. Oh boy, folks. We'll have to see how Brad Stover got caught up in the middle and set that entire wreck off. But a lot of fans going to be unhappy that their driver just got knocked out in one of the big ones here in the MDCS. Ton of replays coming up in a moment. It all starts here in turn 4. Austin Johnson sees a gap and takes it. He's got Jay Jefferson pushing him. You know, Austin Johnson's caused some chaos in the past, so has Jay, so not too much of a shock of anyone. But Stover leaves the room, and the 57 is going to fill that hole. Now they're 4 wide. The 92 and 94 basically into each other's side. Danny Lloyd, he's a rookie, not used to being in this situation, not used to pack racing at all. He's from the UK, and he also has his team boss, Logan Cloud, to his high side, so he's trying to leave Cloud some room. That's pushing Stover down the hill, and Stover almost has a clear gap, but he hesitates here, gives the 57 more of a run, and pushes up into the 94. This catches the 94, sends the 92 around, and the 94 ping-pongs up into the 79 and 91 and 44, and everybody else behind him just trying to check up. They have nowhere to go as everyone slides up. The track is just completely blocked at this point. Finn guy up in the air a little bit, and you see here the 28 Jay Jefferson slides hard into the inside wall. Not as fast as Buttersworth did, but it was still a good shot. Everybody else trying to whoa up in time. I think the 74 does a good job of that. Pace car lights are on as everyone continues to slide, but the second pack still coming in with a big head of steam. See, Francois Chastain got a big piece of it. Looks like he loses it. There might be fluid. There must have been fluid on the track because he just slides right into his teammates. Oh, that's really tough for Butcher Gatorade Motorsports as Francois just lost control of his car. But everybody else does a fairly good job of avoiding it this one. I think Kukulon, Mitchell Collins, and all of them. But boy, a lot of big names caught up in this one as everybody else trying to get around. And Mitchell slides into the 28, but I think everyone else did all right. It just Cloud thinks about getting into John Dilks, but doesn't. Just Ellison back there, insult to injury for him. I don't know if he missed this one or not, but he may have. Let's get some more angles, folks, as everyone else just kept it clean coming back, just trying to race around, race back to the line. Those rules are still in effect. Off the back bumper of Charles Sanford. Boy, it was a good save from Kyle Corbett, but just nowhere to go for anyone else in that main pack. Another look at this one here in real time. Oh, man. I'm not really sure what happened there because that's how the 28 got popped up on its side. I don't know if something was broken in the 67 or he just completely lost it, but he hit the driver's side of Jay Jefferson, and Jay nailed the wall. And Jay's got 2 other races to run. That, considering Buttersworth hit there at 190 and was clear to race, you'd think Jay would be, but everybody's got to go to the infield care center, so we'll see post race, I think, folks. In a similar position to where he was just a few Crown Royal Truck Series seasons ago, right off of turn 4, JJ sees the wreck materialize right before his eyes. Man, the car is just so jacked up right there. I mean, hopefully the Texan will be okay, as Mitchell really didn't need to do that, but smoke will clear on the front stretch. We'll get another replay or two and be back with you for the conclusion of the Valvoline 200. What appeared to be clear track ahead for the driver of the 79, the winner last year, Jeffrey Finguy, sees it all go wrong, and you'll see it here on the visor cam. Absolutely nothing you can do, and just, ooh. That's not going to be good for the car to see it go upwards like that and slam back down on the rear suspension, especially something that at Daytona, you're not really worried too much about the suspension because the track does not really have that much bottoming out in it. We'll have to see how some of these damaged cars can fare as they try to climb back up to speed. Well, folks, it's a big one to kick it off right around the halfway point here of the Valvoline 200. Brad Stover, Danny Lloyd find one another on the entrance of the tri-oval, and sooner rather than later, they find everyone else in the pack. A lot of torn up race cars, a lot of unhappy drivers, but we still got a race to finish. Who's going to win the Valvoline 200? Find out right after this. Welcome back to the Valvoline 200, folks. It's going to be a 10-lap shootout to decide this one here at Daytona. Mac Johnson, your race leader, over Patrick Smith, Bobo Jones, Brandon Beal, Gunnar Matson, and Charles Sanford. That's your top 6. Jeffrey Finguy got a ton of the accident, and he's staying out. He's in 7th, so if that car's wounded, realistically, we might only have a 6-car race for this one, because it's going to be hard to believe if that 79 is up to a competitive speed. A bunch of drivers fell out of the race after that one. The 01, the 20, the 67, the 28, the 68, and the 17. A lot of damaged cars at the back of the pack that we'll have to watch. The 91, the 44, the 91, the 94, the 21, the 65, the 83, the 89, the 92, the 08, the 57, 29, 61. All pit due to that accident. The 62 and the 53 also off the pace from the lap 1 incident that they were both involved in. Some drivers here, though, like Allison Rain, Matthew Eves, Sebastian Pucalon, Mitchell Collins, Sam Picard, Anderson Reed, Nathan Stapleton, Indy Zandervolt, and Lourdes Disbrito might get some pretty good runs for those small teams after really being too slow to keep up with the main pack. But thankfully, being far enough back themselves to where they were able to avoid the incident. Mac Johnson started outside pole. Now he is your race leader, controlling them down. Green flag is out. We're racing to end the Valvoline 200. No time being wasted by Patrick Smith. He's looking to the inside and without anybody behind him, trying to take the lead away. Now he's got help from the 37 of Brandon Beal. Will he slingshot underneath, throw it 3 wide? The rookie for Sladek Motorsports Group stays in line just for now. The slow climb up to speed even slower is now Beal. Darts underneath to the inside for the lead. Turn 3. Cars. Finguy slipping back on the high side. Luke Evans does have some damage as well, it seems like. Buttersworth with the tiny bit. But it looks like Delgado's a fresh car. I think Rain is a fresh car. Kukulon's got a fresh car. Here comes Gunnar Matson looking low. Don't think he's going to get the lead. And Beal moved down in time. Yes, just about. Further back, looks like Alex Fletcher really off the pace, holding some of these guys up. Anyone extremely off the pace looks like William Duncan, Danny Lloyd, Adam Mitchell. We'll watch. We'll come back in a lap or two to see if minimum speed is going to play a factor for any of these drivers, because with this lead pack knocked off just a little bit, they're going to be slower than they were going with a 25, 28 car lead pack. Patrick Smith, the only driver left from the first ever Mountain Dew Custom Series season that races regularly in the NSDCA, that has never won a race. Can he pull it off in the 39 today here at Daytona? A ton of storylines right now here in the top 10. Patrick Smith, like I said, a bridesmaid forever. You have Bobo Jones, Mac Johnson, the MBM, the growing team underneath the watchful eye of Diego Yepes. Can they make a statement and win here? Can Brandon Beal, the rookie, pull it off for Sladek Motorsports Group, a very young team? Gunnar Matheson, a journeyman in the 11. Racing now for Rockstar Energy Racing. The super speedway ace, Matthew Eves, he hasn't won in a long time. Can he pull it off in the 74? Allison Rain for Hagen Enterprises in one of their part-time cars. That would be a huge victory for HE. Taking a look, Archibald Buttersworth, an SBR prospect known for being good at the super speedways. Can another super speedway driver pull it off as Bobo takes the lead? Austin Delgado wouldn't be as much of a storyline, but still good. And Aj Auto could try and put themselves back as a points leading force in the MDCS. Charles Sanford for Gatlin Downey Incorporated. That would be big. Can Johnson Performance go back to victory lane with Luke Evans? 3x3 behind Bobo Jones. This lead group going about 185. William Duncan, Adam Mitchell, Danny Lloyd, Christian Vargas. I think they're going to be done. Yes, the NSDCA calling it quits on those 4 days. Tough break, but you have to do what you have to do. As Matthew Eves nearly throwing it 4 wide like he did in duel number 2. That really stacked up the field in that one. Now, Edson Racing. This is a small team, a brand new team. Jacob Edson getting back into team ownership after a few years away. Can he do it with the Mississippian Eves? Side by side, MVM for the lead once more as they're trying to go 4 wide. Rain getting aggressive here in one of her only starts in the NBCS season. All over the back of Brandon Beal. This is going to be tight off the corner. Watch it, folks. Rain lifts. We're safe. I believe those 4 did come down. Looks like Danny Lloyd has not. Should be coming in this lap. I think Picard... I think that's just going to be too slow for the 07. He should be coming down next time by. 5 to go. A caution might end it as the booth's falling. To ignore that. Gunnar Matheson to the race lead in the number 11, the Canadian. He's got a fellow countryman, Patrick Smith, up here. I think those are the only 2 Canadians up here. We do have another foreign driver, though. Luke Evans from the UK. Charles Sanford throwing it 4 wide. You know, they've only got so many cars left in this one, but they're still going all out. Charles backs out of it. Now, here we go. It's Patrick Smith back to the race lead. Can he hang on for just a few more laps? Are some of these more experienced drivers going to throw him off? Could a rookie steal this one? So much to watch as we've got packed. We've packed them back up. We're racing. Who do you go with? Who's your friends? Not too many teammates left in this one. We've got all 4 manufacturers up here. There anything. Can Anderson Reed sneak this one for Ford Performance? He made it on the past champions provisional. He started, what, 36th? He's up here. He's in the lead draft. Gunnar wants the lead back. Can he get underneath the 39? 3 laps to go at the line. Logan Cloud running very slow in the number 91. I think the minimum speed will fall. The hammer falling on the 91. So a tough break to his Florida 5 campaign, which nearly fell through because he don't think he made the most modified race, and he gave up the seat to a prospect in the DPDS race. So they're getting shaky. They're getting antsy. It's go time. Eves wants to link up with his teammate. Rain going to the bottom. She wants to work with the MBM cars, but do the MBM cars want to work together? Bobo underneath Mac Johnson. He wants it for himself. He wants the Monster 77 back in victory lane in the MDCS, and Beal's going with him. Patrick Smith, he's got 2 lanes of traffic to block. That's going to be easier than 3. Does Beal stick with the 77, or does he take it for himself? He's looking for himself. Bobo trying to work the top side. Patrick Smith blocks that. Gunnar says, I want the middle. I'm going. 2 to go. It's almost time to be selfish. And everyone behind Patrick Smith, if they're too selfish, they won't get by him. Evernham has won this race 2 times, one with the 39, one with the 79. Can it happen a third time? Can it happen with Patrick Smith? It was a brand new driver, Anderson Reed, winning in the 39 in Season 3. And the 79 was Finn Guy, a sophomore. Now Patrick Smith, one of the longest standing NSDCA drivers in the field today. Can he pull it off? Now he's got Brandon Beal who's inside. Drag race to the line to see the white flag here in the Valvoline 200. Brandon Beal leads it. Now, will he do it in 2.5 miles? Sladek Motorsports Group, a blossoming team under the watchful eye of Matthew Eves and Ryan Butcher. They had a big equipment boost in the offseason. The 37 only ran a couple races last season, missed a few as well. Now leading down the back straightaway for the final time. He has to block Patrick Smith, Mac Johnson. He can't get to the outside in time. Patrick Smith's going to have a big head of steam on the top with Bobo and Shade pushing. But now Mac Johnson all over the back of the 37. Can he set up a move off the corner? Brandon Beal, the rookie, coming off. Bobo trying to find his teammate to give him one last run. Is there anything? Mac's going to look. Is there time? I don't think so. Brandon Beal wins the Valvoline 200. An underdog performance. He gets it done at Daytona. Wow. Beating some of the NSDCA's best, Brandon Beal brings home Sladek Motorsports Group their first trophy in the Mountain Dew Custom Series. He's won for them in the Dr. Pepper Dash Series last season, and Toyota may have found themselves yet another young hotshot prospect here for the MDCS this season. Mac Johnson finishes where he started. A really good day out of North Border Motorsports. 2nd and 4th. Patrick Smith can't get it done once again. He comes home 3rd. Gunnar Matheson, good run. And Beal's going to take a victory lap, as he should. Edson Racing, Matthew Eves put together a good run, as well as Allison Rain, 6th and 7th, respectively. Austin Delgado, 8th. Kyle Corbett, 9th. Archibald Buttersworth, 10th. Sebastian Kukla and Kyle Corbett Motorsports, a really good run for them in 11th. Ford Performance Racing needed that cash boost by finishing 13th. Luke Evans, Charles Sanford, 12th and 14th, respectively, for full-timers. Kicking Asphalt Racing, look at this, 15th for Nathan Stapleton. They didn't even make this race last year. Jeffrey Finguy, not where he wants to be, coming home 16th with the damaged car. Not as damaged as I thought it was going to be, but still just too slow to keep it up with the main pack. Mitchell Collins comes home 17th. Good run for Extreme. I don't think they made this race last year. I know they had a crash on the duels last season. Gatlin Downey 18th. Indy Zandervolt 19th. Solid run for API. They were shaky if they'd even make this race. Ethan Head 20th. Then you get into some of the damaged cars. James Ellison, Lotus Disparito, she wasn't damaged, trying to complete her bid at the Florida 5, but the 69 coming home clean. That'll make Hagan happy. Evan Hunter, 23rd. Austin Johnson, 24th. Brad Stover, 25th. Scott Rouse, 26th. And Alex Fletcher, 27th. They were all damaged. Then you had some cars parked for minimum speed. Logan Cloud, Sam Picard, Danny Lloyd, Christian Vargas, William Duncan, and then everybody else fell out from the big one. Adam Mitchell, Rose Henson, John Dilks, Jay Jefferson, Cordell Smith, Mikey Amikaze, Francois Chastain, and then Dylan Young blew up a header failure on the 66. Thank you all for watching. Congratulations to Brandon Beal on getting it done here at Daytona. We will see you out west for race number 2 at Las Vegas in the coming weeks. Thank you all for watching on the NSDCA. Signing off from Daytona.